maybe you haven't heard of before. But if you've been here at QVC for a while, you know the brand of Sunjo. Sunjo is the #1 brand name in lawn and garden tools that we've offered, and that goes back for many, many years. Our big deal of the day, which is somewhat equivalent to a today's special value here at QVC, the big deal of the day is our sister network, QVC2's Extraordinary Special. Today, I've got 3 different pieces of lawn and garden equipment from Sunjo that are available at a price tag of $69.95. And they are all battery operated and remarkably light in weight. But it all starts with this. This is the new 24-volt, 2-amp cordless battery. That lithium battery by itself usually costs more than what you're paying for the battery and also the tool. It's Sunjo's way of getting their brand name out to other people across the country. We've had over 4,500 people that have picked up either the 100-mile-per-hour wind speed blower that weighs 4 pounds. It's one of the lightest weight blowers I've ever seen, and yet has one of the fastest wind speeds that I've seen. Or how many of you have bushes, shrubs that now have grown enough that you need to trim them and par them back and make things look great? We've got that as a choice as well. And this is their stringless trimmer. Notice instead of the regular string that you have to constantly replace, this now has a high tensile strength plastic blade that cuts through things that even a string on a string trimmer usually cannot cut. I'm impressed. You get the charger, you get a 2-year warranty as standard equipment, but because you bought it from QVC, Joe from Sunjo gives you an extra year. Who's heard of lawn and garden equipment with a 3-year warranty? I hadn't. My buddy Sean Pickford, he's another tool guy like I am. He's at home, we're social distancing, but we're gonna talk about this big deal of the day, and it's a tough choice to pick out just one of those 3 different pieces of equipment, isn't it, Sean?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I'm fortunate and I'm lucky because I get all 3, and I love using all 3 of them. But, you know, for you at home, maybe it's the blower you need today. Maybe it's the stringless trimmer. Maybe it's that 22-inch hedge trimmer because, you know what, you're tired of the way the bushes look and you want to trim them into your own shape and desires. You can do that with this stuff. That 24-volt battery, the gift with purchase we have with this thing is just absolutely a phenomenal value.
Other factor is that 24-volt battery, and you and I both know this from our experience, it's interchangeable in each one of these tools. So the cost of the battery itself is more than we're charging for the battery and the tool. And I've got a snow blower from Sunjo that uses the exact same 24-volt battery, so it's always nice to get another one.
That's the great thing about it is, as long as it says 24-volt on it, and they're all clearly marked. I mean, I'll show you. I just got a sample of a couple of the different batteries they have.
Yep.
These guys are all 24-volt. They all interchange now. So that's the way it should be, that when you buy a tool from us, from Sunjo, Aqua Joe, Snow Joe, whatever it is, that you have a battery that goes with it. We're doing this great deal because we want you to get that battery in your hands. We want you to test it out. So next time that we have a tool on the air, maybe you just need to buy the tool. You don't need to buy the tool and the charger. So that's why this is such a great piece. I love everything about them. As you said, 100-mile-an-hour wind speed out of the blower, 55-minute runtime out of the 22 hedge trimmer. This thing is absolutely phenomenal.
I agree.
had a big hue out front that we trimmed in a Japanese holly, and they looked beautiful when I was done, and it took me less than 10 minutes to do both of them.
You and I both agree. If people don't have a string trimmer, this is a great string trimmer. Blower, you can always use a blower, but this is the tool that impressed me the most because it's the one that I need right now around my home. And Sean, the fact that there's no cord, to me, is the greatest benefit. What's the first thing you cut with a string trimmer that has a cord?
I'm sorry. I had to start laughing when you said that because we've all been there. The first thing you cut is the cord.
Yeah.
It gets in the way.
By accident. Yeah.
Why do you need a cord? The best powered cars right now, some of the best powered vacuum cleaners are all by battery. That's how great this technology is right now.
You did some videotape a little earlier there at your home. We certainly appreciate that. And I want to show that video and have you kind of talk over it to show some of the different applications for this new technology. Take a look.
Sunjoe offers a couple different versions of the 24-volt lithium-ion battery. Maybe you have one that looks like this, one like this one, or this one. It doesn't matter, because as long as it says 24 volt on them, it's going to work with any of your Sunjoe 24 volt tools. The compact blower, it'll work on that. The trimmer edger, it will work on that. The edger that you see back there, the hedge trimmer, it will work with that as well. All you simply do is take your battery, slide it into place, click it on, and then power up whatever tool you want. So whether it's the smaller compact battery like this, or the larger runtime one like this, they all interchange and work on the tools. Again, as long as it says 24 volt on it, you're good to go.
Sean, that's great information. Let's talk numbers, because I want to educate people as well as just present the item. The voltage is consistent through all of those different batteries that Sean showed you. Some of them are bigger in size and also bigger in wattage. The wattage is what determines the runtime of a battery operated tool. So if I've got, or pardon me, it's amps, not wattage. So if I've got a 2 amp battery, I'm going to be able to get decent runtime, but if we double the amperage to 4, I get more. This is the blower. The blower weighs in at 4 pounds. That's it. That's about the same as a half a gallon of milk, with a wind speed of 100 miles an hour. And because it's battery operated, you can take it anywhere. So this is what you'll use often instead of using a broom or using a dustpan for sawdust in the garage. When you've done the lawn and you have grass clippings now that are on the front walkway or on the porch or patio, you'll use that. The same exact battery will pop out and go into any of these other pieces of equipment. That's something that not every manufacturer does, because Sean, you know this, the companies want to sell you more than one battery to just make more money. When the batteries are interchangeable, it makes it easier for everybody.
Yeah, and that's the great thing with Joe. We looked at it and said, you know what? I don't want to have to buy a battery every time I buy one of your tools. Why don't we set this system up that it's all on the same platform, that you can interchange the batteries, so next time you see a great Sunjoe, Snowjoe, AquaJoe tool on the air, maybe you just need the tool. You don't need the battery and the charger that comes with it. So again, they all interchange, whether it's going from here, from the blower to the string trimmer. So you can see plenty of power there. And all I simply do is push the 2 sides in, release it from here. We're going to take it, we're going to put it down into the blower, turn the blower on. So if I want to clean off the steps, clean off some of the pollen and stuff like that, back on the walkway here, we can do that. It's easy, it's fast, it's efficient. That's the great thing about it. It's got all the power without the weight and a cord. There's no maintenance, there's no gas or oil on any of these tools we have here today. So today's a great day to be doing yard work. I did a bunch yesterday. I got a little bit of cleanup to do today. And I'm going to use my Sunjoe tools because they get the job done fast, easy, and efficiently. I really love using them. This is one of my favorite ones. I use this guy all the time. It's almost like it's attached to me at the hip.
Yeah, because it's so convenient. Now, here's another factor. Here's the competition. If you've got gas-powered equipment, usually, if we're talking about string trimmers or things like blowers, those are going to be 2-cycle motors, which means you have to add an oil mix to the gasoline, and you're constantly having to do that. Plus, there's maintenance on it. Everything that Joe does is different than the competition. I've got the string trimmer here, and I want to draw people's attention to the business end of this. Most trimmers use a monofilament line, similar to a very, very thick fishing line to do the cutting. But anybody who's ever had a string trimmer knows that you're constantly having to reload string because it wears as you cut. Look at the business end of this trimmer. These are heavily nylon reinforced plastic blades that spin at a high RPM. We were joking around before, Sean, when you fire this thing up, it sounds like a remote controlled gas powered airplane because it's got some serious power to it. Okay, I've got to switch hands to be able to do it.
Yeah, you can
it sounds like the siren on a French police car. That's power.
That's sharpening. It's really durable. I use it around the house all the time. I got a lot of pavers, a lot of rock. The other thing too is the hedge trimmer converts. So it goes now into an edger by simply pulling down on the handle. So I went from being in the one configuration, so now I can walk along and I can trim the edges with this guy by simply pulling down on that lever. So when you pull down here and twist, you convert from it being to the trimmer. Now we go at pulling down and twisting. It's now an edger, and it's in the same comfortable position.
Yeah.
So I just walk along and go ahead and trim away.
Because trimming is one thing. Trimming is one thing. That's around the bushes, around the trees, etc. Edging is the picture frame on the finished product. In fact, I know you did some videotape with both of those on our trimmer edger. Let's go ahead and play that videotape.
Today I wanted to show you some of the really cool features on our new Sunjoe 24-volt lithium-ion battery-powered 10-inch sharper blade cordless trimmer and edger. Here's your battery. All you simply do, click it into place. Start here, you can see fully adjustable handle. You also have a fully adjustable piece here because we're all different sizes. As you get down here, this is where the magic is. This is our sharper blade. It never needs sharpening. It's 10 inches, so it'll cut a nice big path. And here is our flower guard. Let me show you the sharper blade. I don't have to worry about damaging it, even when trimming around this rock. So you just saw us trimming some really heavy duty stuff. Now we're gonna switch over from trimming to edging. Watch how easy this is. All I simply do is slide this guy down, and it tells you right here, slide down and twist. So now we can actually turn this to the edging mode. So it's really comfortable for me to handle. And look. So let me show you how our flower guard works. When I flip this piece down here, this allows me to get in close, but the blade won't touch where I put this. So your flowers will be nice and safe. Watch how easy this is to do. You ready? Here we go. It's real simple. It's real easy. 3 great ways to use it with the flower guard. You can fold this guy up. You can use it as a trimmer or an edger. Enjoy your Sunjoe sharper blade.
And that's only one of the 3 pieces of equipment that we're giving you an option in which to select. That's the trimmer edger for $69.95. I've got the big 20-inch hedge trimmer. And those are, by the way, those are metal blades. They're not plastic. This is the compact blower. I will tell you, Sean, here it is, just not even 9:30 in the morning on Sunday. We're limited now. There's 1,500 of these blowers that are available, and then the inventory is exhausted. It is one of the smallest and lightest weight blowers I've ever seen, but still gives you 100-mile-per-hour wind speed. That is more than enough to be able to clean up your property. And because these batteries are interchangeable between each piece of equipment, it means that when you buy multiple pieces of equipment itself, you don't have to buy multiple batteries. And the battery is the most expensive part of almost any battery-operated piece of equipment. The battery by itself sells for $59 and change. By the way, nice touch. There's a little gas gauge here on the end. Tells you exactly how much power you've got. And after using it once, twice, 3 times, you get a pretty good idea of how long that battery is going to run before you have to recharge it and plug it back in again. I think it's a great value, Sean. I really do. And
yeah, it really is. If you do the math and you add what it would cost for the price of the battery, and then this alone, you're almost saving what you're spending just to get the tool and the battery from QVC. That's why it's such a phenomenal offer. And you use these tools once, twice, they more than pay for themselves. I love that they're all battery powered. I love there's no maintenance. They're all nice and lightweight, but really powerful. So this one is, again, one of my favorites. It blew all the pollen off of the cushions and stuff like that. My wife just had new cushions made, so trying to keep them really nice. This is a great way to do it. It's a great way to clean up for your yard and stuff like that. It gives you that curb appeal. You don't have to worry about the gas. You don't have to worry about the oil. And you're never going to cut the cord with the hedge trimmer because there isn't one.
That hedge trimmer, by the way, and I'm going over to